Don't worry, Mari, I'm not drunk. I'm just telling you the truth. You're too kind to put up with Father Albrecht. But if you don't love your husband anymore, you're tired of him, fed up, you could give me a chance. I can fulfill your needs that your husband no longer can. Ronnie, what are you saying? I'm still married to your friend. I know, but aren't you bored? Isn't there a limit to love? A limit to how much care you can give someone who matters? How long can you endure it for them? This is my story that I'm sharing in your program. Greetings to everyone. Let me tell the tale of my life, an incident etched into my soul, mind, and heart, a story of regret and a story of new hope. Please call me Mia. I'm 30 and I have a child. I currently work for Walmart, in our town in Riverside. I won't mention which one. My story happened a few years ago. Back then, my strength, as a wife, as a woman, was tested. My husband, Albert, only 2 years older than me, was already wayward even before we married. Drinking and smoking were his vices. At that time, he still took care of our expenses, even if the extra was spent on booze and cigarettes, which often caused fights. More and more, I just stopped talking to avoid conflict, both for myself and for our child who saw his father this way. Then one day, Albert was in an accident. He lost his right leg. People even said it was karma to make him realize he needed to change. But he didn't. He got worse. He did live, but along with his leg, he lost his sexual ability too. A nerve got damaged. So he couldn't satisfy me as his wife anymore. But I stayed, cared for him for years. I tried to be understanding and did all I could. He couldn't work after the accident. I felt he became a burden. I worked and supported everything, yet he just drank more. Sometimes I considered leaving him, but his parents were so kind to me, always grateful for how I cared for him. They even defended me to his siblings for standing by him despite his wrongs, and his mother especially admired my loyalty. They told me I shouldn't give up. Then one day came a greater temptation, our neighbor Ronnie. I hadn't noticed him until then. I was so focused on my family. I'm not ugly. Fair, with some curves, straight hair, 5'6". I think that's why Ronnie noticed me. Due to all our problems, especially Albert's failure to think of our family's future, I ended up cheating on him. I just got tired. I only asked one thing: if he couldn't work, to stop being a burden, especially now that I was the only breadwinner. My daughter Freya was in elementary. I was handling everything alone. At least Albert's mother overseas sent money monthly, but he spent it on vices. I called Albert one day because our driver wasn't there yet. The only answer was from his friend and godfather. They said Albert was drunk and wouldn't come, but Ronnie said he'd come get me instead. Ronnie came on his motorbike and didn't smell of alcohol. He was fresh, he hugged me, said he'd take me home. His scent awakened feelings in me. I felt reality return. It had been years since any man had touched me, 5 years since the accident. My heart raced. I resisted the thought. I told him, "We might fall." He slowed down. When we got home, my daughter was away. Albert had passed out on the sofa, drunk. Ronnie helped carry him inside. He was gentle and caring, unlike my husband, who couldn't help with anything. Ronnie stayed for dinner and did dishes. He noticed how tired I was and insisted on staying late, even kissing me before he left. I was stunned, but I liked his gentle kiss. He texted me next morning, "Good morning," plus a kiss heart emoji and a voice message. My spirits lifted and I felt joy again. Ronnie started escorting me to work. One morning, he took me to a lodge far from town. There, we gave in to temptation. It was the spark I craved. No guilt, just joy. That day I skipped work, pretended I felt sick, but I spent it with him. It felt thrilling to do something forbidden. This repeated, even in my home with drunk Albert around. Ronnie would sneak me into his kitchen, leave the back door open so neighbors wouldn't see. But secrets don't stay hidden forever. Albert found us. Ronnie shoved him, nearly hit him. I shielded Ronnie, Albert slapped me, lost it. Ronnie calmly said, "I fell in love with you. I even know Albert had a fling at a bar, even with his disability." He showed me a video. That convinced me it was over. We deserved to separate. Albert was furious. He kicked me out 2 days later. He video called his mother, Mama Rosa. I confessed. She forgave me, and so did his siblings and daughter. I moved into Ronnie's home. Our houses were next to each other. Albert stayed next door. His life stayed the same, drinking, going to bars with a new woman. Meanwhile, Ronnie cared for me, cared for Freya like his own. I'm now 7 months pregnant with Ronnie's child. He's even building us a house for when our baby arrives. That's my story. With love, Mia,